Valentine's night. Rain patters against the windowpane of a cozy suburban home. The living room glows with the flicker of candlelight, an atmosphere meant for romance but now drenched in bitter irony. Sarah sits on her plush couch, wrapped in a thick blanket, her fingers curled around a half-empty glass of wine. Her phone rests on the coffee table, its screen dark. No messages. No calls. Daniel, her boyfriend, had promised a magical evening, a night of love and laughter. Instead, she's alone, drowning in silence. She glances around the room. Heart-shaped balloons float lazily by the ceiling. Rose petals are scattered on the floor. The dining table, beautifully set with candles and an untouched meal, stands as a monument to her disappointment. Just as she reaches for the wine bottle to pour another glass, she feels it, a draft. A subtle chill seeps into the room, making her shiver. She turns toward the hallway, frowning. Had she locked the back door? Before she can check, a sudden knock at the front door shatters the silence. Sarah's heart skips a beat. It's past 10 p.m. Who could it be? The rain continues to drum against the roof. The street outside is eerily quiet. Another knock, louder this time. Daniel, she whispers, hope flickering in her chest. Maybe he's here to apologize, to sweep her off her feet with some grand romantic gesture. She hesitates, her fingers hovering over the lock. Then, slowly, she pulls the door open. A man stands in the doorway, tall and broad-shouldered, his dark hair damp and disheveled. A rain-soaked jacket clings to his muscular frame. His piercing blue eyes, filled with both urgency and hesitation, lock onto hers. Sarah grips the edge of the door. "Can I help you?" The man swallows, his voice low and gravelly. I'm sorry to disturb you, but I had nowhere else to go." Every instinct in Sarah screams to close the door. Call the police. But something in the man's eyes, raw desperation, a quiet kind of sorrow, makes her pause. "It's raining," he says awkwardly, shivering slightly. Sarah's better judgment wars with her curiosity. Finally, she exhales. "Come in." As he steps inside, dripping water onto the hardwood floor, Sarah retrieves a towel. When she returns, he stands near the fireplace, staring into the flames as though lost in them. "Who are you?" she presses. "And why are you here?" He takes a deep breath. "My name's Jack. I used to live here." Sarah's brows furrow. "That's not possible. I've been here for 5 years." Jack nods, his lips curling into a sad smile. "Before you moved in, this was my home. I haven't been back since that night." A chill creeps down Sarah's spine. "What night?" Jack hesitates, his jaw tightening. "Valentine's night. The night my fiancé disappeared." Sarah's breath catches. "Disappeared?" Jack's gaze darkens. "Her name was Emily. We were supposed to get married. But on Valentine's night, she went out to grab something from the store and never came back. No trace. No leads. Just gone." The weight of his words settles in the room. Sarah glances around, suddenly aware of the history hidden within these walls. "I'm sorry," she murmurs. "But why come back now?" Jack runs a hand through his damp hair. "I don't know. Maybe I needed closure. Or maybe I just wanted to remember her one last time." Sarah watches him carefully, her own heartbreak momentarily forgotten. Despite the absurdity of the situation, she feels an unexpected kinship with Jack's pain. Then, Jack's expression shifts. His gaze sharpens as he looks toward the hallway. "That painting," he says suddenly, pointing at a framed canvas hanging on the wall. "That wasn't here before." Sarah frowns. "What about it?" Jack moves closer, his fingers trembling as he traces the signature at the bottom. "E. Whitaker." His voice is barely a whisper. "Emily Whitaker. That's her." Sarah's stomach twists. That's impossible. I bought that at an estate sale 2 years ago. Jack shakes his head. She painted this for me. It was supposed to be my wedding gift. A sense of unease creeps over Sarah. How did Emily's painting end up here? Before she can voice her thoughts, the power goes out. The house plunges into darkness. The only light now is the flickering glow of the fireplace, casting long shadows across the walls. Sarah grips her phone, turning on the flashlight. Her breath is shallow. Stay here, she tells Jack. She moves toward the hallway, the beam of light shaking slightly in her grasp. Then she sees it. The back door. It's slightly ajar. Rainwater pools on the floor. A bolt of fear shoots through her. Jack, she calls out urgently. Did you leave the door open? No. His voice comes from behind her, low and tense. Sarah's pulse pounds in her ears. Someone was here. Before she can react, a figure steps into the room, silhouetted against the fire's glow. A woman. Drenched from the rain, her eyes wild and haunted. Jack sucks in a sharp breath. Emily. The woman nods slowly, tears streaking down her face. Her voice trembles. I had to come back. The room is deathly silent. Jack takes a hesitant step forward. Emily, how? She lets out a shaky breath. I never left. I was taken. Jack's face twists in agony. Taken? She nods. By someone I trusted. Someone who wanted me gone. The weight of her words hangs in the air. Jack's hands curl into fists. Who? He demands. Emily's voice wavers. Daniel. Sarah's blood runs cold. Daniel. The man who had abandoned her tonight. The man who had promised her love. Her stomach churns. Was she just another piece in his twisted game? By the time the police arrive, the weight of the night settles in. Emily's statement is taken. The officers assure her that Daniel will be found. As dawn breaks, Sarah watches from the doorway as Jack and Emily share a tearful embrace. She exhales, a quiet sense of peace washing over her. Valentine's night hadn't gone as planned. But maybe, just maybe, it had saved her from something far worse. She turns back to her house, stepping inside and locking the door behind her.
Sometimes, love isn't about perfect moments or grand gestures. Sometimes, it's about the ones you walk away from before they break you. Sometimes, love stories aren't just about romance. Sometimes, they're about survival. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell icon for more gripping stories filled with passion, intrigue, and unforgettable twists. This has been Whispers of Passion, where every love story has a dark side. Stay tuned for more.